Hello, my dear friend. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, Beyond Genes. First of all, I thank you all for your fantastic response to my first video where I spoke about why someone should do PhD in science. Today, I'm going to talk to you something very unique. That universal question which all of us have in our mind, and that question is, who are you? That means, who am I? I have no arrogance to speak about it from the spiritual context. Thakur Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, to recent years, Swami Sarvabhauma have provided an unprecedented testament on it. Like they have said, Tattamasi, you are identical with Brahman. An individual is ultimately the same as the universal consciousness. I do not have that knowledge. I do not have that particular depth that I can explain who am I, who are you, who is an individual from the spiritual context. However, I'm going to tell you about the molecular, biochemical, and physical state of you, which respond to every signal of life and represent you in this material world, which is the cause of your health, happiness, and eventually the process of aging. Many of you may not know, and even if you know, you do not realize that though all of our gene or the DNA sequence are very much similar from one individual to another individual, irrespective of your skin color, your height, your nationality, but every individual is fundamentally different molecularly, epigenetically. And how they are different, how individuals are individual, that is what I'm going to talk to you. Even identical twins are not identical. As they grow up, they become more and more different. There might be many videos, many lectures in this topic, but I'm going to present to you some unique points with experimental evidence from the day-to-day life. Fundamentally, it is not your DNA or the gene you call that decides your destiny. It is rather how your gene functions, when it functions, when it less functions, when it's more functions, when it should not function, still function in your disease. How your gene respond to the signal means how you respond to the signal. What is the signal I'm talking of? When I'm talking of signal could be anything. Signal could be your food, signal could be your exercise, signal could be your mental agony, signal could be day, night, your environment, your love, affection, all this acts as a signal. And these signals alter your metabolism, alter your fundamental molecular homeostasis inside you. That, in other words, modify your gene. And that modification functions above the gene. This is simple chemical modifications. This could be modification of your DNA, this could be modification of DNA-associated proteins, this could be a structural change of your DNA with small RNA molecule. Those who don't understand DNA, RNA, genes, etc. But you do understand that if you are happy, if you are not worried, you respond in a different way, and in vice versa. And this all lies in your epigenetics. So who sets this epigenetics first? This is actually set by a person who is the most important person in your life. Who is the most important person in your life? I think almost all of you agree with me that there is a single word answer to this. And this important person is your mother, Ma. Am I talking science? Yes, I am talking science. A science of life I am talking. Because you start your life from a single cell. Half of your DNA or chromosome is given by your father. Half is given by your mother. But this half chromosome from mother and father gets a cellular basis. In scientific language, the cytoplasm comes from your mother. And then you are implanted in her. Then what happens? You start growing your cells, that single cell divide. Your organ forms. And you slowly become a full human being. Have you thought that when you are becoming a human being inside her, your every point of growth and the life is influenced by her? How? What she is eating? Is she happy? Is she comfortable? Is she well taken care? All these affects you when you are growing inside her. And these all basically change that gene and alters your and establish your epigenetic cassette in a good way, also in a bad way. If your genes are modified nicely, if your mother is very happy, had a good food, then she had a proper age, she was very happy during when she was carrying you, and you mature baby when comes out, you become a confident individual who can face any challenges in the world. But if it is otherwise, means if your mother is in stress, that affects your epigenetic cassette inside. If she hasn't had proper food, you become malnutrition. Your DNA sequence will not change then, but your epigene will change. It is not only when you are inside her, even after your birth. When you are a small baby, you need your mother not only for the milk, but also for her affection, her care. And experimentally it has been shown that, in the animal model of course, that if you haven't got proper care of your mother, then suppose your mother could not take care of you very well, whatever reason might be, her health, her conditions, whatever it is, then the genes in your brain get chemically modified. Which gene? The genes which helps you to fight the anxiety. And they completely shut down. And that can develop when you grow up. You are an anxious person. Suppose your mother is exposed to a huge heat or cold. That affects your epigenes, and that affects in downstream your many symptoms of your life. Suppose she did not have proper nutrition. Your propensity for metabolic disorder down in your life will be very high, which has been proven, which has been shown even in the human model. When a pregnant mother did not get proper nutrition in the time of when Hitler stopped the food supply to Netherlands. And then downstream children, all of them had many metabolic disorders. Not only that, when you are taking birth, if you are not a mature baby born from your mother, for whatever reason might be, that also causes, that is means what I'm talking about is a preterm birth, which is a tremendous problem in our country, Indian subcontinent. This preterm birth can cause less oxygen supply in the baby's brain, and that can lead to unwanted epigenetic changes, which can, if it is too much, that leads to cerebral palsy, like many neural disorders. But in all these, there is a hope. Suppose somebody's childhood is messed up. Suppose somebody has born with all organ and eyes. Yes, the epigenetic changes, unfavorable epigenetic changes, that happen in your body, mind, everywhere. You have to face it. But there is a hope in that, because epigenetics is reversible to some extent. If you have proper exercise, if you have proper food, if you have proper sleep, if you have proper disciplined life, if you get a good school, good teacher, good environment, enriched environment, some other day I will talk to you about it, slowly your epigenetic changes can happen. Many things can get reversible. And from that concept, what is coming today is the epigenetic therapy. Many of our even present day therapeutics, drugs, actually work in these epigenetic machineries. Some other day I will talk to you about, when I talk about it, drug discovery. And this epigenetic therapy can be not only taking medicine and pills and capsules. It could be your good choice of nutritious food, a nice spice even, and a disciplined exercise, water, food and sleep. But the opposite one, if you have reckless life, no sleep, the junk food, what you call, you induce the unfavorable epigenetic changes. One of the important phenomena of our life is aging. No one can avoid aging. If you have born, you will die. You will age. But you can delay aging. You can have healthy aging, smart aging, because the process of aging is largely epigenetic. Our different organ gets aged differentially. Brain in one way, heart in one way, lung in another way, liver is another way. We do a lot of exercise for muscle, a lot of exercise for our liver or maybe our stomach, but there are exercise even for brain. And one of the best exercise for brain is to keep your brain active with proper food, proper sleep. And these all functions in an epigenetic route. A simple epigenetic modifications, what we call the acetylation of the protein. If you have a good exercise in a good environment, in your brain, a very important genes for your memory and cognitive function called BDNF, that can express better, your memory can get better. And that you do it through regular exercise and nutritious food. There are many mechanisms of delaying the aging process. You can be young, even if your biological age is 60, 65, 70, 75. You still be healthy and smart. So, this is how the epigenetic modifications represents you in front of this world as you. And that is why you as a person, you as an individual, is a very different to others as compared to others. And that is why today's concept is coming, personalized therapy. Personalized therapy is not enough if you know only the genes or your genetic background. We have to know what is your epigenetic background. Personalized therapy cannot be done only by the proven medicine. That is why personal medicine has to be exercise, emotional health, and also a nutritious food. So I'm sure from this introduction you understood when we talk as an individual and how you are different, how we are unique from one to another. The fundamental basis is the cassette set by your mother, affection given by her, and how you have grown up, how you have taken care of yourself. With these parameters, what I just said, your behavior, your food habit, your discipline, and your exercise. Thank you very much.